Welcome back, friends. In the previous video we saw that how we can create the user model, so that's why we have created the user model here. So if you don't know how to create this, then you can watch my previous video first. I will give the link in the video description. And here we have also tested without the API, that it is if the this user model is creating the object for the new user or not. So I am removing this for now. Today in this video we are going to register the user. So we are going to create an API for the authentication, and we will register the user. We will register the user without email verification today, and in the next video we will see how we can send the verification email using non-mail. So now, without wasting any time, let's get into it. So here I'm going to create one new folder. So that folder will be for the APIs, and here I'm going to create APIs here, and here we will create auth API first, auth API.js. So auth API is there. Then we need one new folder, and that will be for the controllers. So controllers for our APIs. So first controller will be the auth controller. So I'm going to create the file auth controller. So let me rename it. Now we have the API for the API also, and for the auth controller also. So here we need router here. So first of all I'm going to import express. So require express. Then we need router here. So I'm going to create router. Const router, it will be express dot router. Now let's create the register API here. So register API, register user API here. So here we are going to use const we don't need const. So here I'm going to use router dot then use So actually I think this is like this. Then router dot use get, so we can use that also. So here I'm going to use get request here. So for but post request we need actually. So post request. Then for the register route, so it will be like slash API slash register. So we will apply that also to the server, and we will use this router to that server only. And now here is register. So slash register, or like sign up, register is okay. Then here we need to add the controller here. So let's first of all create the controller here. So here I'm going to create, that is register controller. So register controller, here first will be request will be there, and then response will be there. And here let's first of all just response dot json request dot body, just response this. Let's see. Now here we are going to use this controller here. So we have also to export this controller. So here I'm going to write module dot exports. So we are going to export register controller here. So save this, and now here will be register controller, and we have imported this register controller successfully here from the auth controller. Now just save this, and now we have to export the router so that we can use this in our server. So we have exported the router here. Now let's go to the server. Here I'm going to comment here like APIs. So first of all there will be the API. Here will be the API, then comma, and here we will mention the API here. So here we have auth API. So here we need the auth here. So here I'm going to write slash API slash auth. So this will be the API for our auth. So if you want, you can create a index.js file for APIs, so where all APIs will be stored, but I'm not going to create that. So you can create that file also, but I'm going to do under this only because we are creating only one API for authentication only, and second we will create for the email verification only. Now, so we have API for auth here. Now let's first of all import. So here I'm going to import auth API require. So this will be from the this will be from here, dot slash APIs, and then there will be the auth API. So we have the auth API now. Now we can use this auth API. So just save this. Now let's go to the Postman here. So I am opening the Postman. First of all, we have to run the server here. So I'm going to the terminal, and here we have to run the server. So let's write npm run dev. So it will run the node one for us. Now we don't have to mess with the server. So the server will automatically detect the changes and it will automatically rerun. So here my Postman is opened successfully. Let's apply the route here. So what is the route? So route will be /API/auth, and there will be /register. Here we have to send the post request. So here I'm going to send the body as raw, and that will be the JavaScript, JSON will be there. JSON is there. Here I'm going to create the JSON object. So first of all, let it be name. So I will write the name like Raman, and then we need email. So email will be rs@g.com, and then there will be password, and let the password will be like 12345678. So let the password will be like this, and let's see if the server is ready or not. Yes, the server is ready. Now let's try to send the GET request. So actually I'm in the Postman. Let's send the post request here. So let's see what we are getting. So body we are getting nothing. In the body we are getting nothing. So why this is happening? So let's see if we are sending the post request, are we getting any console log? So let me apply this console log dot like working post request. Save this. So I have saved this. Our server is starting. Now we will send the post request again. Now server is started here. Now we can send the post request. So I'm sending the post request again and click on send. So we have sent the post request here, and see that here we are getting working post request. So this means that our controller and our auth API is successfully established. But why we are not getting any body here that we have passed here? So we have passed the body in the JSON format from the Postman, but we are not getting that body. So this is because we are having this in the JSON format, and we have to pass that body here. So to pass that body, we have to install dependency here, that is body parser. So we are going to use the body parser here. So I'm going to write npm install body parser. So if you are using yarn, then you can add yarn add body parser. So I'm pressing enter here. So let's wait for its install. Now here body parser is installed. See that here we are getting updated one package, because with the express body parser is already there. So it just updated. Now when we will see in the package.json, so I'm going closing this. So when we will see in the package.json, now we are having the body parser also. So now I'm just saving this, and let's move to the server here. And in the server, below the database connection, here we are going to use the body parser. So first of all, let's import the body parser here. So I'm going to import, so post body parser is equals to require body parser. So we have the body parser now. Now we can use this. So first of all, we have to pass this to the JSON. So I'm going to use app.use body parser.json, body parser.json, and we need extended to true. So now we will use body parser.url encoder. So we are going to encode this also, and here we need the extended true. So just save this and let's wait for the server to be accomplished. Now the server is ready for us. Now let's send the post request again. So here I am sending the post request again. So now we should get a response. Now see that here we are getting a response. So this means that we are having name this body in the API. So in the controller we are having our body. So now we can destruct name, email and password from the body here. So now let's first of all do the validation. Now let's extract name, email and password. So now let's move here. So here we are going to extract name, email and password. So from the body, so that will be the request.body. So we are getting data in the request, and we are getting the body here by applying request.body, and in that we are getting the object, and from the object we are extracting name, email and password. So here we are going to do the validations. So I'm not going to use like any regex for the password. You can use the regex for the password for any means like @ or any symbols for the symbols, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to check the length of the password. So here first of all we are going to check if everything is present here or not. So if not email is there and not password is there, so just we are going to send response.status. We are going to set the status to be like 404.json, or instead of 404 we can write 403 like this. For the forbidden is there 403, but I'm going to write 400 only. So here we are going to send the error. So like success will be there, success is false. And second thing we are going to send, that is messages please fill in all fields. Now just save this, and now let's move forward. So first of all here we will check if email is correct. So we have to check that also, if the email is correct or not. So here we are going to use the regex to check the email if the email is valid or not. Now I have the regex here, so I am going to apply the condition, and that will be like email or like this regex here. So this regex is there. So this regex I have copied from the internet only, and here I'm going to write .test, or you can write like the .match is also there, but I'm going to use .test is there. Now here I'm going to test the email. So if it is not true, so that's why here I'm going to write not here. So if it is not true, then we are going to send the response, and we are going to write please enter valid email. Please enter valid email. Now let's move forward, and here we are going to check the password. For the password I'm just going to check the length here. So I'm going to check if password dot length is less than 8, then I'm going to write this one. Password length should be at least of, or password should be at least of length 8. So just I'm going to save this, and if everything is corrected, then we are going to create the, then we are going to use model and create here new user. So just save this here and let's see what we are getting. So I'm going to the Postman here, and here I'm not sending any data for now. So for now I'm not sending any data, and let's click on post request. So see that here we are getting 400, that is bad request, please fill in all fields. Now let's add this here. Sorry, actually I'm not able to click. Yeah, here I'm going to send like or I'm going to remove the @ and now let's test this if our regex is working or not. See that our regex is not working, we are getting please fill in all fields. Now here our password length is of 7 here, so here we are getting error, that is password should be of length 8. Now this should be 8, and whenever we click on send, so here we are getting the request here, so we are getting the whole data back. So this we have added here. Now here we need one thing here. So actually this is cannot set headers after they send to the client, so this is just because of this here, so that's why. So don't worry about this because we are in the development phase for now, so this is just common, so we will handle this also. Now we need to hash the password first. So for to hash the password we need the bcrypt.js. so let's install the bcrypt.js here. So I'm going to write npm install bcrypt.js. so let it be. Now our bcrypt.js is successfully installed here. Now when we will go to the browser and we will see the bcrypt.js documentation, so here we can import the bcrypt like this, and we can see that we can use async await here. Like first of all we can create the salt, and then we can create the hash here, so we are going to use this only, but with the by this we are going to set the hashed password here. So let's use the syntax. So first of all let's import the bcrypt here. So I'm moving to the server, let's import the bcrypt. So here actually we have to write return also. So return so now the error that this one is coming, so this will be removed. So this is actually a warning, so this will be removed here. Now first of all we have to import the bcrypt. So here I'm going to import the bcrypt. Let's import bcrypt is equals to require bcrypt.js. So we have imported the bcrypt successfully here. So now let's use this. So I'm going to copy this and paste it here. So see that first of all we are generating the salt, and let salt will be of 12 length, and then here is a function, so let it be the arrow function here, and then here we have also the function, so let it be arrow function, and here we are having the hash, and here will be our secret here. So I'm not going to store the secret in .env file. So in the production we will transfer this secret to the .env file only. So here I'm going to write any secret like this /$ like this, and this will be, here will be our salt, and here we are getting the hash here. So here I'm going to save this. So hashed password, so hash password will be hash only. So now we are having the hash password. So actually here will be the password, sorry. So here will be our password, and salt will be act like our, so here we can pass our secret, but we are not passing any secret. So it is generating a default salt for the 12th LAN. So we are hashing the password with this salt. So we have the hash password now. Now just send this body. So first of all, let's import the user model here. So let's import user, it is capital, require, so it is above one level from the folder there is models, and under the models there is user model. So we are going to use this user model only. So here let's create a new user. So here I'm going to create new user, const new user is equals to new, and we are taking the help of user model, and here we will create the new user. So here we need name, so name will be there, and then email will be there, and we need the password. So password will be hashed password. So I'm going to copy this, and this will be our hashed password. So now we are having this. So here we are not going to send any email for now. Today we are not going to send any email, verification email, but in the next video we will send the verification email. So here now let's just new user is there. So now just response this new user with success message. So here I'm going to send it. So user, new user, and success will be true. So and here we need status also. So status will be 201. This means that user is created successfully. So now just save this and let's try it again. So we are not saving this to the database till now, but now we are going to save it to the database also after testing this, if this is working or not. So actually we are getting one error. So let's see that what error is that. So I think there is just error in the MongoDB connection. So I'm going to clear this and let me try it again. So I'm writing npm run there. So actually this is our cluster here, and let's move to the collection. As of now we have not any collection for the JWT, man JWT authentication. So there is man JWT tutorials, but we are not having any users here. Users model is there, but we are not having any document here under this collection. So it is running and our database is connected. Now we can try. Now let's send this post request here. Now we should get the object as a response. So object will be created by the Mongoose only, MongoDB. And see that here we are getting the object, that is success true, and user we are getting name, email, and this password we should not have. So that we will do in the next video. So we will extract the name only, email only, and then verified only, because we don't need any email verification token sent to the user, and then we need ID here. So we are going to just send the ID. Actually we don't need here. So here just we have to write like this. So here just have to write like this, success true, and message logged in successfully. Registered successfully, sorry, registered successfully. So just we have to send like this. So this is because we are using the JWT here. So for the JWT, we are not going to send anything to the user when the user is registered. So when the user is logged in, logged in, then we are going to send the token. Otherwise, we don't have to send any token here. And here see that we got the object, means object is creating successfully. But when I'm going to refresh this, here we will not get any document. So that document we are not getting because we haven't saved our data here. So here first of all we have to save the data. So for that I'm going to use async await. So I'm going to use async, and here I'm going to use await new user dot save. So here we are going to use new user dot save here, and just save this. Now we should get the user to be saved also in the database. Here we should connect with the database. Database is connected. Now we can try. So here I'm going to send the request here. See that here we are getting true and registered successfully here. Now whenever we will go to the browser and we will refresh here, here see that here we are getting this. Now let's try to send the request again. So I'm going to send the request again. Here we are not getting any response. So why we are not getting any response? So this is because we have models here. In the model, in the user model, we have the property email should be unique. So if email is not unique, so this will generate the error. But we don't want that. We don't want that user should generate this application should generate the error. Instead of this, application should send the message here. So for that we have to handle this error also. To handle this error, we are going to check if the previously their email is present or not. So let's do that. So for that, first of all we will get the old user. So that here we should get this. So we will check if the email is valid, then we will check the password length. So here we will match, check if user is already present. So here we will check like this, like constant is there, then old user. So old user is there. So here we are going to use await. So we are having async await. So here I'm going to use async here. So async is there. So async await. Then here we are going to use the model, that is user dot find one. So user dot find one. So here we are going to send the email here. So we are going to email and just send like this email. So here we will check if the user is present. If old user is there, then we are going to return response.json status like 403, because it will be forbidden. So we because user is already present, so it will be forbidden only. So here I'm going to write JSON success is equals to false and message this email is already present. Just save this and our server will be up and running again. So here we are getting one error, but that error is resolved successfully. That was just because of VS Code. Now here we are having database is connected. Now let's try to send the same request. We have the document here previously with same email rs@g.com, and here I'm going to send the request. So let's send this request. So see that here we are getting this email is already present. Now let's try to change the email. So I'm going to write rs2@g.com and let's send this. Here we are getting registered successfully, and whenever I will refresh this, so let's refresh it. Yeah, refresh it from here. So here we are getting second object. So with rs2@g.com. Now we have today we have completed the register purpose. So register user, but we haven't sent any verification email. So that we are going to do in the next video. In the next video we are going to send the verification email, and after the next video we are going to check if we are going to make the route for the email verification, like when the user will verify the email with the link here. So for today this is enough. If you have any queries, please comment in comment section. I will definitely respond to that. At last, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.